affects your name, your credibility on the streets, and it's not a thing that everybody would do. But
Definitely.
you know, if you want to maintain your name, your image, you know, you have to do what you know, you have to follow the book, you know, so to speak. So I just said to him, no, even though I didn't have the phone, he stabbed me straight in my chest. He kind of it was really close to an artery, so there was internal bleeding. They had to saw open my sternum and operate. Um, you know, I was in the hospital for about a week after that, and I just woke up with my dad in the corner. My mum was abroad. She's a trader, so she was back home in Africa, just buying materials and stuff, and
Yeah.
she's getting you know, calls saying your son, you know, has been stabbed. He nearly died. So a lot of people that know me, they just got calls that I'm dead. It wasn't like, oh yeah, you got stabbed. No,
Jeez.
I'm dead, because that's how like severe the stab wound was. But you know, I'm happy to say, you know, that we survived, and I'm here to tell the story. It was really traumatic, though. I'll tell you that.
Bro, and I'm sure many have told you before, but as we're talking just now, man, bro, you are here for a purpose, my
100%.
brother. Like you are here because it was not your time, and God still has a plan for you and that he wants you to complete and he wants you to do here. Because when a person gets that type of assault in that position, in that area in their body, you're not supposed to be here, bro.
100%,
You know what I'm
100%.
saying? And so I truly believe, man, that God has something bigger in stores for you, greater than boxing in itself. But I want to talk about, man, like, all right, so you get stabbed, you get the incident, you're in the hospital. What is going through your head at that time, bro? Because are you still in shock? Are you still trying to figure out, like, yo, what just happened? Or was your mind starting to wonder, like, man, like something has to
You
change?
know, it didn't really hit me. You know, I think it hit me like years afterwards. But I felt like a seed was definitely planted. The first thing I thought was, I felt like I was a good person. I didn't deserve this, but I still nearly died from
Mm,
being stabbed. Like, who gets stabbed? You know what I mean? Like, which good person gets stabbed?
yeah.
Is it normal? And that's when I realized then I
Yeah.
had to change my behavior. I couldn't just go party, you know, go to a party with my friends, because I felt at risk. I was putting my life at risk, hanging around the wrong people in certain environments. And, you know, I just thought, you know what, that has to change 100%. And that changed. And then later on, I became more conscious about decisions I was making and how it was affecting me in certain ways. But in that particular incident, that time being 15 years old, I didn't understand what was really going on. It was all an experience for me. I got stabbed. I survived. I was dead. I didn't understand the you know, how severe the stab wound was. You know, how close to death I was. I didn't understand anything. It was just more of a type of experience.
Hmm.
It's like later on, that's when I started to understand, like, wow, people do not survive those type of stabbings. Um, but it definitely changed me. It definitely changed me, and it was just a process. It was like a seed that was planted there, and then that's when I realized, you know what, I can't go on like this. I can't continue on this pathway. If I do, I'm gonna end up 6 feet or in jail for a very long time. So I started to change my really focus on my decision making.
Do you think that a lot of what happened at that time during that age, um, in the sense of knowing who is around you, the right people around you, there's certain things that you got to look for in any position, in any field, especially athletically in the field that you're in. How did you start to think, or what were some things that you look for to say, you know what, this person isn't the right person for me? I don't want to hang around with them. I want to have these people in my corner, because a lot of the times, man, a lot of people can talk a good talk and trick you into thinking that they're the right people, that they should be with you. So what are some things that you look for to say, you know what, this person right here, I know they got my back. I know they want the best for me, because that's not always easy to differentiate sometimes.
I think with me, it took me a very long time to understand how to be better at selecting good people around you, people that care. I still have problems with that with that now, to be honest. But yeah.
Hey, we still learning.
Believe me. But all I can say is it's good to see, the path that a person that you want to befriend is on. Are they making the right decisions, or are they getting themselves into trouble? And then you can work from there. I think that's a good starting point, because if you you have to be really careful, because it's like, it's all about energies, isn't it? It's like everything is contagious. You're around one person, and in so many different ways they're affecting you, even on the subconscious level. So we have to be really, really careful. And sometimes, and to be honest, for a while, I actually, it might sound weird, but I spend a lot of time alone. Spend a long time alone. I would say a good 3 years. Just getting to know myself, getting to understand what I like, what I don't like, because everything was influenced by everybody else. It's like just too much music around me. Oh, I want this. Then after that, I'm saying I want this as well. When really, I only want it because you want it. It sounds silly.
Yeah, that's powerful, man. No, bro, it's spot on, man. Because I always say, man, you gotta know who you are. If you don't know who you are, then the life is going to put you in a box that it's going to say who you are. And a lot of the times, man, most people just be existing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not on this earth to just exist. There's a purpose as to why we're doing it and why we're here. And we got to take time spending and figuring out why we're here. Yeah. Otherwise, you're just going to be existing. So in that 3-year time that you spent, kind of learning Richard a little bit more, the ins and outs, and obviously recovering, what did that look like moving forward, going into boxing? How did you get reintroduced to that? And what was the path that said, you know what, I want to do this? Did something hit you unexpectedly? Was it an accumulated plan? Like, walk me through a little bit about that 3-year span where you spent time with yourself, and then you started picking up the boxing gloves and really starting to give this thing a go.
Came at the same time. So when I decided to spend a lot of time alone, and then I was introduced to boxing, I thought, this is perfect. Now I can, walk this path and see how well I do. I see if this, if it's a successful venture. You never know. This for me, this was like planning ahead, planning for my future, and giving myself another opportunity to pursue a sport that I could be successful in, and it could benefit me in the long term. And most importantly, it was more, the focus more then was just more keeping myself out of trouble. Giving myself another route, to becoming successful. So after I started to go to the gym, I just developed a love for the sport. I became very fascinated in how the guys at the top level, the elite level, were able to make it look easy, because boxing is really difficult. That's the first thing I realized, how difficult it was. So, it's just over time. I had a few fights. I was getting a lot of knockouts. I realized I had a lot of power, abnormal power. So it was really beneficial for me. And then that's when I started to say, you know what, let me just take it a bit more seriously, little by little. I didn't start taking it seriously straight away. I would show up at the gym maybe, twice a week, then 3 times a week, then twice a week, then 3 times a week. I was that kind of guy that would show up